And you know, Carol, he knows exactly what height
when to do it.
That's so
and make that noise.
Oh my God, what a luxury to have that trust and that chemistry.
Oh gosh.
They're fantastic. Of course, that was a clip from the Carol Burnett show. Tim Conway.
God bless him.
Now, you're doing the show, and once again, that might look like a simple outfit, but Bob Mackie.
Whatever we wore, wigs, everything, top to bottom, what I wore, anybody you saw on the show, he did the costumes for that particular sketch, those finales, those outfits. That was Bob, even suggesting how we do the makeup.
What was in the bra? What was in the bra? Was it water balloons?
No,
what?
it's rice. It's uncooked. But that's what he said, that a lot of the female impersonated drag queens, you know, they put this rice so that they move like real boobs, you know, and so that was that. The other thing was just padding in the
behind. When you turned to that is a classic, Carol. That is a classic.
I wore those when we did Norma Desmond and all of that. I wore. He put me in those saggy things.
Were you always so thin? Did you guys have to work out, or was it like I never heard of you guys working out when I was young?
I used to do exercise classes for half an hour at lunchtime, just to kind of stretch or nip. But I was born small bone, so you know. But I gained
Damn
weight.
you. We were talking about women in comedy, and you know, a lot of the ladies had their husbands working with them on the shows. You did Lucy, and throughout history, Mary Tyler Moore, Grant Tinker. But at one point, you're at lunch with Lucy, and you were great friends. She always sent you
flowers and birthday card. Yeah, always. Yeah. Well, Lucy came to do our show, and we were doing trade-offs. That was when she had the Lucy show and the Lucy Carmichael show, or, you know, those different, she had two different ones with Gail Gordon.
Right, Gail Gordon, yeah.
Lucille. And so she was doing our show this one week, and she and I went over to the farmer's market where there was this Chinese restaurant, and she said, you know, kid, she called me kid, she said, you know, kid, it's great that you have Joe, you know, to do whatever it is, and get the scripts right and all of that, so that you can just come in and do your thing.
Right.
She said, and you know, when the Cuban and I split up, the Cuban and I split up, she said, I went in, now I'm going to do my own show with Gail Gordon, and I went in on the Monday morning to read the script, and it was terrible. She said, I mean, it really was, it stunk. That's what she said, stunk, not stank. She said stunk. And she said, so I didn't know what to do, because Desi would always see that everything would be right, and I'd just come in on Monday and be Lucy, and I'd be fine. Then I realized I had to take the bull by the horns, you know. I just got to change the way I've always been and get strong. So she came out afterward, they'd had lunch, and they all gathered around the table again, and she said, and I told them in no uncertain terms what I thought of that script. And I didn't pussyfoot around. Right. I was like, you know, because a guy can say that, whatever, and it's okay.
And
but
you said that too.
Usually
for your
a woman, yeah, they have another name for that as opposed to being assertive. And so she said, and I told him, and that was it. And then she kind of threw back her head and laughed, and she said, and kid, that's when they put the S on the end of my last name.
You're here. That's one of my favorite stories. Because you said, too, even for you, that you felt like, even if you didn't like the script, you just didn't want to hurt their feelings or say anything, but Joe would come in and...
Joe would come in and say, it stinks, you know, and fix it. Me, I would call the writers down to rehearsal and say, oh gosh, you know, guys, I'm not really doing this very well. I'm sorry, maybe it's the way I'm reading. Could you kind of help me out here and maybe get another line in there or something? You know, it was like I was apologizing. to them.
Right,
for
even though your
bothering them. Yeah,
right.
my instincts and ours told
you it
us.
was wrong.
Yeah, it was wrong, but it worked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The teamwork worked. I read this book in an hour and then reread it again.
Oh, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Thanks.